Your little camera shot right now. So Adrian's been working, we've been working together for the 16 weeks of school, and this is for her fitness credit for her classes. You can graduate in May. Congratulations. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And so this is for her PE credit, but what we're doing is the arm hygrometer, because that's the most functional ability that she has with her arms and stuff. So we went from her doing about 3 minutes on her own to how many are you doing now?
25 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
She does 25
And
minutes.
how many
on her own.
weeks?
And this is 14 weeks.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's very amazing, very amazing. So yeah, she's done really good. The only adaptation that we have to do is we do a wrist wrap on her hand here to help with her grasp. But other than that, she rolls this thing, and this is essentially the same as if you and I were to go get on a bicycle or a treadmill to work out to get our cardio exercise in.
Wow. And do you personally feel like that there was an improvement? I know like the time difference, but do you personally feel that your strength is a lot different than what it used to be?
Definitely. My muscles are a lot stronger than they were like at the beginning of the semester. So
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's the whole goal.
LeBlanc, and is the Director of Sports and Wellness at the University of Hartford. The responsibilities of that position are running the Wellness Center, Natatorium, International Sports and Fencing Center, and overseeing intramural sports, club sports, employee wellness, student wellness.
So what made you want to get involved with the UI? I guess, how did you get the job first here at UIW?
Well, as far as the position here, I came here to get my master's degree, and the position opened up as the Assistant Director of Athletic Training Facilities at that time. So that was an Assistant Athletic Director's position. And my goal was, after I got my master's, was to go and get a job such as that. But that one just actually opened up within the first couple of weeks when I went here to get my master's. So I applied for it, and lo and behold, I got it. I didn't think I was going to get it, but I did. And so, I guess almost 15 years later, I'm still here, and the position's changed to a director's position, and we've actually gotten moved out of athletics. We are our own department. I would never have thought, if I was coming out of high school and trying to pick my career path, I would never have even imagined that this is where I'd be, and even teaching college classes and stuff like that. I mean, that's not something that was on my radar. My actual undergraduate degree was in recreation administration with an emphasis in therapeutic recreation.
Okay.
So I'm nationally and state certified in therapeutic recreation.
Okay.
And so I did that for 13 years, working rehabilitation. And with all the healthcare changes and cuts and things, I decided at that point I wanted to get out, and that's when I came back for my master's here at UIW. It just wasn't the same as when I first got in. The lengths of stay were short, getting shorter and shorter. So I felt like I could make more of an impact in my career path with working with people on the community sector. So that's why I switched over. But people ask me all the time, like, how did you get into working with individuals with disabilities? And so, I tell a story that I feel is one of the aspects that really got me into it. Is when I was in grade school, I had a learning disability. I still have a learning disability, but I had a learning disability that I didn't know I had, and so I wasn't diagnosed until I got into college. So all through K through 12, I just thought I was dumb, and simple. I just didn't think that I was very smart, where a lot of my friends were taking advanced classes and stuff like that. So from there, in about 5th grade, I had to go into resource classes and do special education and stuff like that, so to get caught up with my peers in the grade that I was in. So that moment, I think, was a time when I was placed with other students with disabilities. And so I think it was a kind of very eye-opening experience at a very young age that I got to know people that they were people. They weren't someone that was in a chair, and they had, people are people, and they want to have fun and do all the things, and they have the same challenges that we do. Some of theirs are just multiplied, as you can learn in the class. But the barriers and everything, but they experience the same financial and environmental contextual type barriers as we do. But I think that was really the turning point in my life that I really got to know that individuals are individuals, and they all want to recreate. So it's kind of like become my passion in life is to provide those opportunities and resources so that they can do the things that you and I so love to do and enjoy doing.
Nice.
That was probably the most challenging thing I did this year. Athletic like guys.
Don't you run track? This is harder than it is. You did it. I'm so proud.
So what is this class? This is
This one is swimming for fitness. It's an academic class in the kinesiology department. And so they've been swimming for 8 weeks, and the big objective for them was to get to where they could swim 20 laps in 20 minutes. So they've all accomplished that. They've done a really good job coming from, they can only probably do about 5 laps on the first day.
yeah. And coming from a swimmer, like you think that that's pretty easy, but then when you get to a non-swimmer, it's difficult.
Some of them are like track and field athletes. I mean, a lot of them in this class are Division I athletes. We have some military reservists and stuff. So I mean, they're in pretty good shape to do the things that they do. But to do it in here, and swimming, in the element of swimming, is a whole different element, a whole different world for them. So as Love just said, it's a lot of different muscle groups than she uses in her other sports. So. About 6 days a week I'm usually here, but it's a labor of love. I mean, it's something that I enjoy. And I think that one of the other things that's really important for people to understand is that we create these environments based upon our passion for our jobs and the passion for our customers. And so I choose to do those things on Sunday. I mean, nobody, my director, my supervisor is not standing above me saying that you must come in on Sundays and you must do these and do that. You know, I have to come in for football games. No one tells me that I have to do those things. I do it because I want to help out with other people. It's a part of that servitude that we talk about, as well as it's the passion of what I feel this position is. And so that's kind of where I'm at with that, and that's my routine. Regarding the UIW mission and my position here at UIW, as well as our work with kinetic kids that comes on our campus, I think that the underlying component to all that is servitude. So, and I feel like that's our calling, and that's one of the things that keeps me here at UIW. It's one of the things that's a driving force for me, is that we are in the business of servitude. We're in to serve others, provide them with the opportunities, the avenues so that they can succeed. We're not in here to make people succeed. That's their objective, but we're here to provide the avenues, opportunities for them to do those things. And so that is part of the mission of why I choose to teach classes, why I work and dedicate a lot of my hours to the triathlon team and stuff, because I want them to succeed, and I want them to have those opportunities in life to better themselves. And I guess the second component of that is that we're always striving to teach individuals lifelong skills. So we're not in here, we know that our time here at UIW, a student's time here at UIW is just a blip on the radar if you look at their lifespan. I mean, if you
look at someone that lived to 80 years old, if they're only here for 4 years, we're just like a little on the radar. But the impact that we can have in 4 years with someone is tremendous for the rest of their lives. And so it's not only important for us to instill those values through our teaching, but it's also very important that we instill those values through our mentoring by the roles and the examples that we set. And so I feel it's a really, really important piece is that servitude and providing that lifelong skills. So Kinetic Kids is a nonprofit organization here in San Antonio. It serves children with disabilities, and it's all types of disabilities, as well as physical, social, cognitive, emotional disabilities. So I coach with what they call the extreme team. So these are athletes that have the potential to go on to local, regional, and state and national competitions. So those are the kids that I train because that's the background. I've been doing this since '91, and so I have a lot of experience coaching different sports. The sports that I coach are, I've done basketball and tennis, but the current ones that I'm doing right now is swimming, track and field are the main ones that I'm working and emphasizing on. We're also dabble in working with the archery program that we're trying to get started up here. But the whole analogy of Kinetic Kids is that if you look at the opportunities across the country for recreation and leisure, which every kid should have an opportunity for recreation, there's not a whole lot of programs that are out there across the country that serve children with disabilities. And so I think it's vitally important, and I think that Kinetic Kids has established a model for other communities to utilize and try and establish in their markets and their communities. But the whole emphasis is utilizing recreation for an opportunity to teach leadership skills, communication, self-esteem. I mean, all these different components that children K through 12 are working on developing. But without these opportunities, they don't have that sports realm to really foster that growth. And so any athlete will tell you that there's an aspect of the sport that challenges them to be better than themselves. But every athlete will tell you, if they really look into this, that what they derived from athletics was more than just that athletic opportunity and that excellence in athletics, but also their social skills, their leadership skills, their communication, self-esteem, and all these things we gravitate to because it makes us who we are, and it helps build a core of what we do. So that is a really critical aspect of what athletics is, and every child, even if they have a disability, needs to have that fostering opportunity. One of the greatest success stories currently right now and recently is Elizabeth. It's one of the girls that swims with us. She's on the track and field team. And she's about 9 years old. She's been swimming with us probably for about 3 years, track and field probably about 4 years. And so she's been with us a little while, but she's come a long way. So this year she qualified to go to nationals in swimming and track and field, all 3 events. So she went with her family and she did really well. She competed in the 800, was what the highlight of the event was the 800. And so when she got to nationals, there was no other kids with the same disability in her age group. So they put her up in the next group. So she was a 9-year-old running against 12-year-olds. Well, lo and behold, she did the 800 and beat all of them and set the national record at that level. So that was a great success story. And so I feel that one of the most awesome aspects of that is that she is a national record holder at 9 years old from junior nationals. And she has her whole career ahead of her. I mean, if she just sticks with this, she's going to be a phenomenal athlete. I mean, she already is a phenomenal athlete, but I think that's really important because when she goes back to grade school, when she goes back to school and she's amongst her peers and her teachers and everything, I think it's really unique that she can say, like, share with them that she's the national record holder in the 800 meters. And so there's nobody else in her school that probably has a national record in anything, in basketball, whatever, but she is the national record holder. So you talk about self-esteem boosting, helping with her communication skills and all of her leadership. Now she's helping mentor some of the other athletes that are coming in, because she now knows it's like it took this much work to get her. So these are those components, those life skills that are developed through sports and recreation. And I see it every day, I believe in it, and I want to continue to follow. As far as like NCAA athletes, as well as even high school athletes, I think one of the most important things that athletes must do is not get into this mindset that once you graduate, you retire. I know you're retiring essentially from that level of competition, of course, because you're not eligible to compete anymore. The point that I always try to make to people is that don't look at it from the aspect that I'm retired, that I'm never going to do this again. Find something in your life that gives you outlets for fitness and wellness, and sports is a great avenue for that, but continue to do it. The biggest void I see is people that drop out and then they gain weight, they start having health issues and things, and then they try and come back at 30 and it's too late. And so try and stick with it. And a lot of people actually will find avenues that they can do with like mentoring or coaching and stuff, and that helps you because you've competed at such a high level. You have so much to offer and give, but don't just get in the role where you're just coaching and mentoring. Get in there with them. When I coach the triathlon team, I do every workout with them. I'm right beside them. I may not be able to keep up with them the whole time, but the point is that I mentor through my actions as well as my knowledge base and my skills. As Division I college athletes, you have a lot to offer society. Remember, servitude is a key component to always strive for. So share your talent, share your gifts that God gave you. And you're going to have times in life when you have kids, get married, whatever, things are going to come in your life where you may not have the time to do these things, but always make time. One critical aspect is that you have to do it for yourself. If you take care of yourself, you can help take care of others. And that, again, is that most important piece of what we're here on this life for, is service.